and has not changed with the times of today.
Interesting. And Prof. Ogola, as you come in and perhaps add up to what has been said, at the end of the day, Kenyans have issues that want to be addressed. We've talked about the political aspect, the legal aspect. Now, back to the back of all of it, cost of living and whatnot. Should this perhaps not feature adequately within the discussions between the head of state and ODM leader Raila Odinga? How else should we deal with this when it comes to issues of cost of living? Because there are perhaps Kenyans who are seated back and thinking, maybe this is the signs and symptoms of a handshake that's coming. And we well know what happened back then when handshake actually happened, that Kenyans lost in one way or the other, that the opposition was obliterated, and passing laws left, right, and center in parliament was the order of the day, irrespective of where it pinched. You know?
Yeah. First of all, let me just weigh into what they have just said. I want to talk about the issue of the police. The Public Order Act, and in fact, the main reason behind the Bill of Rights is that the fathers of the Constitution knew that they can be abused, and that's why they were supposed to tame the state excesses around it. And in fact, when you read the spirit of the Public Order Act, it tells you that they are giving you a right not just to have, but also to enjoy. Meaning, for example, God gave you life, but God does not just want you to have life. Also, God wants you to enjoy that life that you have. So if I give you right to picket, I should also let you enjoy it. Not that when you are picketing, you are in tear gas, you are in tears, you are running. So the state should provide a way that demonstrators can dress the suit like me, walk on the street, and go back when they have no mud, they have no bullets, they have no nothing. So how can you do that? And the main question is, I don't know that Wakili have ever looked at the curriculum for the police training, whether there's any section on how to handle mandamano, and I'm thinking it's high time we really look at what do they really get trained on? Because when you see them on action, you wonder what training do they go through.
Yes.
And I'm sure there must be a link between this training, a curriculum on how to handle people. How do you embed the issue of the police service rather than police force? Right. So that's what I was trying to put there clearly that I want to check, to really focus on. Okay. Now, when you come to the question you asked me about cost of living, let's first of all ask this question. Is there a connection between political, or the political question, if you like, the electoral injustice, or the server and cost of living? Because if there's no connection, then solving the political question will not solve the economic situation. Now, if you try to look at it in every way, you don't see a proper correlation between this meeting between Ruto and Raila and agreeing on a deal that brings peace and cost of living. It must involve an economic change. But for me, one thing which I can tell you, if Ruto just went and executed, if I can tell you, when Ruto took over office, he had an option of spending a long time blaming former president, blaming a bad economy, blaming handshake. He could have just focused on how can I execute and alleviate the economic challenge that is bewildering the country. Then also when he came power, he had this thing we call kiburi. He wanted to take over control of many things too fast. Yes. I want to control parliament. I want to control IBC. He was so much in a hurry for political expediency that never focused on the economic thing for Wanjiku. For example, appointing CISs, 50 of them, was that urgent? Going to parliament, buying MPs, was that urgent? Okay. Going quickly and prosecuting these guys in IBC, taking them through parliament, through a process that was not a necessity. No, it was not necessary. Now we have no IBC. There are some by-elections that are coming. We don't know what to do about it. I'm saying those who are not urgent matters. Correct. If he went and just focused on curing the cost of living, that could have made Raila less powerful. Raila has become more relevant because he believes that there's a connection between Java and cost of living. And he's saying, I could have given you 6,000. Raila believes that my proposal is that bring back subsidies. Okay. So could the negotiation be that we want to do a handshake? One condition is bring down the cost of living to this matter reintroduce the stimulus packages, reintroduce the issues of the thing. Or what they can do, according to me, what can work here, if you take Kenya Kwanza manifesto and you bring together with the Azimio manifesto and agree on what you'll pick from each of them and implement as a way to do this negotiation, then probably we may see a correlation between solving the server issue and the economic situation that building Kenyans. But if you look at what I'm trying to say here is that the main question you have to ask, for the president to fail to implement the economic situation and now give up to the pressure of Raila because he cannot sort out the economics, now coming Raila, is Raila the one with the magic or he has the magic? And according to me, I don't think either of them has the magic at the moment. In fact, even if Raila was in State House today, would still go and say that cost of living is high, you promised 6,000, bring it. And lastly, Kenya Kwanza has been in a hurry to implement what was not in their manifesto and ignored nearly everything that was there in the manifesto, which means that they didn't mean it.
Okay, gentlemen, we have to wind this up. As you've noticed, time is not on our side. So final comments, a minute each, if we can actually, perhaps go put our thoughts in a minute or so. Ndubi, let's just start.